All right, Speedromizer community, we are all set for Deepest Sword. HOBT0R, take it away.
All right, welcome. I'm HOBT0R. We're going to be running Deepest Sword. Why don't we start, and then I'll count us down, and then I'll describe the game. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so Deepest Sword is a game that I would describe as part of a genre of kind of awkward physics games. Kind of think Getting Over It with Bennett Body. The goal of this game is to stab a dragon and return the cat that it's stolen back to us. Like, I guess it's our cat that the dragon stole, so we need to get it back, but our sword isn't long enough initially to actually affect the dragon. So what we're gonna do is try to stab it 5 times. Each time we're gonna get a longer sword, and eventually we're gonna get it. Now, that leads to a not very long speed run, so what we've done with this category is we actually play through the game 10 times. So Deepest Sword 10x is the category here. So what needs to happen in order for us to get to the dragon? Each length here, you see, the we're adding more and more stages to the game. So in that first level where we had a short sword, the dragon was right there. And then the next one, there was another like area or biome that you had to go through, and third one added another one, fourth one added another one, and the fifth one's gonna add a final one. So I've kind of named each of the areas as follows. So this opening area is the village. They don't have official names, but that's how I'm thinking of it. The village, then we go straight into the mines, and that was a strategic reset there to kind of reposition the sword, in case you were wondering. Then we go into the ice caves here. Kind of cold looking. That's why I call it the ice caves. And then we go into the temple. I don't know. Looks like a temple. Who knows what it is? And I call this part hell, affectionately. You know, because it's hard. But this is the part that... Yeah, okay. This is... The sequences here, I might go a little quiet, because timing gets very tight. Okay, good, we're good. So, now, as kind of an incentive, my PB in this category is about 31 minutes. If on any of these laps, which are basically completions of the game, I get below the average of my PB, which is 3 minutes and 6 seconds, I'm gonna donate $10. So, didn't quite get it there, but 3:22 is still good for a marathon. So the kind of like final achievement in the game is to beat the game in under 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So really, I think any time below 3:30 is pretty good. Yeah, so there is a lot of kind of like constant tricks you're doing in this game. So as I was explaining earlier, this is kind of an awkward physics game. So I can control the horizontal movement of the character, left and right. But the sword swinging, I can swing counterclockwise and clockwise, but it falls due to gravity. So I have to be like constantly constantly tapping the controls. So my fingers are getting quite a workout here. But part of what I am doing is swing. So when I swing the sword over the terrain, sometimes I want to get to the next step up further than you can normally get to, like right there. And what I'm doing is I'm actually slowing down at a critical moment in the swing so that the sword kind of flips forward and gives me that extra horizontal position in order to get exactly where I want to be. And that alone saves a ton of time. So mastering that is definitely key to becoming a speedrunner in this game. The kind of like initial goal, I would say, if you want to play this game, is just beat it casually. Unlike getting over it with Bennett Body, which, you know, might take you 8 hours at your first casual playthrough, you can probably get through this game in under an hour casually, maybe even better than that. And half of the time, like literally half of the time, is that trick right there. Right there in hell. That took me easily 15 minutes, my first playthrough. Then the rest is, you know, trying to get your time down, further and further. And, you know, the first time you play this game, you might be like, this isn't that much fun. It's another awkward physics game. But then you beat it, and then you're like, you know, I can do better. I can do better next time. And the next time you play it, you like F your time, or even better than that. So that's 309, still not quite the 306, so getting close. So now we're on lap 3. So we've stabbed the dragon 10 times already. Now, once you start flirting with that sub 4 minute time and you're trying to get that last achievement, which is 3 minutes and 30 seconds, that's where you'll want to like actually look at what the speedrunning strats are. Went for a trick, didn't get it. That's okay. Next time through length 2, I'm gonna go for the safety strats, because I think with safety strats I can get that 306. But that is one thing with a game this short, like, you screw up one thing, and, you know, you're not going to be getting a PB, you know? It's like, the game's too short to have any mistakes. That is the unfortunate thing once you're, like, grinding your time down further and further. It does become kind of reset heavy as you get to the upper echelons. Okay, I got a backwards hop. Woo! I am happy about that. Backwards hops are a little bit different from, you know, the normal hop. They're a little tricky. Length 4 backwards hops are probably the easiest, though. Alright. And then the kind of, like, hardest part of the game, really, is actually stabbing the dragon. Once you get really consistent with your gameplay, like, getting those dragon stabs quickly becomes frustrating. Because you get through like length 2 perfectly, and then you mess up the stab. And like messing up the stab costs a lot of time. A lot more time than most other mistakes you make. Yeah, okay. So here, I'm gonna be a little quiet here. Perfect. Okay, so that kind of like ledge grabbed. You have to like hit your head on the ceiling, wait a few frames, and then go down while holding the horizontal movement to the left and keeping your sword swinging clockwise. There are a lot of steps there. It's very hard to keep track of it all. Okay. It's gonna be 315. Yeah. Still not the 306. So, okay. Well, I'm gonna go for some safety strats this next playthrough. Oh, and yeah, and we do in-game time for the actual counting of the time. We don't do real time. Okay. And I guess I should also give a shout out to the Moss ranking community. The Moss ranking community is actually the Spelunky speedrunning community. They do a speedrun challenge every once in a while where we pick a game where, you know, people in the community haven't run it before. Sorry, I was just remembering to do safety strats there. Where people in the community haven't run the game before, and we just kind of challenge each other to get the lowest time possible. And this was a game we decided to play one month or so, and you know, a lot of people got really into it into our community. And at one point, we had 3 people from the Moss ranking community on the top 10 of the Deepest Sword speedrunning board, which was quite impressive. I think all of us are now no longer in the top 10, but you know, there was that moment. Okay, got the backwards hop. Got that forward slide. And this trick right here, where I kind of like swing back and forth, that, no joke, took me like 4 hours to learn. That one was... Oops, made a mistake there. That one was definitely the hardest trick for me to learn in the game. I was just in the audience at GDQ last summer, and you know, I was in the practice room. Oop. There we go. I was in the practice room and was playing this game and was explaining it, and just, you know, random speedrunner there was like, here, let me show you how to do this trick, and they got it. They got it in 5 minutes, so, you know, your mileage may vary. Okay. Ooh, got it. First try. Excellent. Okay. Those are both kind of scary moments, so, yeah. Gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. And that last swing over that gap is kind of tricky because, it's kind of tricky because you have to pay attention to where your sword is. If your sword is like past a certain point, you need to keep holding the swing button. But if it's before that point, you need to stop pressing swing right at the midpoint. Otherwise, it's going to be no fun. You're gonna fall into that pit. Okay, still not under 306. We can do this. We can do this. We still got time. Yeah, and I see Rip WSB is in the chat. They ran this game in Speedromizer 2. I submitted it originally for Speedromizer 2. And yeah, they did a great job running it. So I'm running it today because there was a kind of a last minute scheduling change, and they needed to fill 30 minutes. So yeah, I offered to run this. So yeah, got, I don't know, 72 hours notice or so that I'd be running it today. So I am definitely a little rusty. Not gonna lie about that, but you know, this is a ton of fun. I gotta say, like, love Speedromizer. It's been an amazing experience. Being a part of it. The whole community is great. Yeah, and I hope we can just crush all of the goals. Okay, so this, that temple section seems like you may have noticed that seems really short. I don't know why they included that in the game. It seems like they should get progressively longer. And it is actually longer. It's just, there's a skip we're doing there that I haven't really talked about, and it's actually, I think it's an intended skip because there is an achievement for it, that, just makes that whole section trivial. There's like an upstairs area that you'll probably end up going through casually. And it's basically, you follow that path right up there. But when you get to length 5, you can't do that. Your sword's too big. So you have to do this other path. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, that's the deal with the temple section, as I call it. And this part, this backwards tunnel, oops, screwed up there, that's fine. The backwards tunnel is annoying because I have no consistent strategy for it. It's just kind of like pray that you don't get stuck. Ooh, so close. This is gonna be like 3:13. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling confident. Let me take a drink of water. We're gonna get it next time. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So I'm not sure if you can hear the clicky-clacky of my keys, but you can play this game with keyboard and mouse or just keyboard. I'm doing it all on keyboard. I do have a mechanical keyboard, so there's a lot of clicky-clacky. My partner, fortunately, is not home at the moment because she does not really like it when I play this game and she's around, because she can hear it throughout the apartment. I probably should get a quieter keyboard, but you know, mechanical keyboards, they're so satisfying. Yeah, so I think since it's probably been about a year and a half since I was really heavily involved with the speedrunning community in this game, I think there have been a few like modifications to the route, so I don't think I'm doing like the modern route. So there might be some time saves I'm missing. I know like the top runners now basically do backwards hops everywhere. Tried to do something fancy there, didn't work. Let's see, can I do that? Yes, I can. Okay. So yeah, I haven't learned those. But yeah, I think there are probably strategies I'm unaware of that could save even more time. But if you're picking up this game, the first thing you should learn, because it's going to be the easiest thing to learn and it's going to save you the most time, is learning the stairs. So in that throne room, in that dragon throne room, each length has kind of their own strategy for going through the stairs. Those strategies don't get like more complicated the deeper you go. It's actually the hardest one is length 2, which interesting. Then length 3. Length 4 and 5 I think are about the same difficulty. Length 1 is the simplest, but there are some like really hard strategies you can do in length 1 that save you a fraction of a second. So it's kind of like optimally length 1 is actually pretty hard. Ah, so close! So close! 307. Okay. Okay, we can get it next time. We can get 306 next time. Okay. Let's go, let's go. So yeah, you can just hold right here, and that's the easy way to do it. What I had been doing in other runs is I've been doing a sweep forward, which kind of like forces the character to move forward a few frames, so it saves you a little bit of time. Oop, we'll go this way. Oop. Yeah, sometimes you get stuck in that hallway, and it's bad. Okay. So we're on lap 7. So we're over halfway through the run. We're going to play through lap 10, and then that will be time. So, yeah. One bit actually I did learn about from the community is there is actually a skip you can do to cross that gap a little bit faster. I tried to learn it before this event. That was way too hard. Not going to learn it. But basically you can do a hop and you can keep your forward momentum. And keeping your forward momentum will make it a little bit faster. Okay, so what I want to see there in that temple skip is 2 swings. We got 2 swings, so that was perfect. And the trick for stabbing the dragon is knowing when to release the sword. So, you know, I think we all probably in the community have our own set of visual cues for figuring out when you need to release swinging and just let gravity take over. To be perfectly fair, my visual cues aren't great, and I do it more by feel, except on length 5. On length 5, I do have a particular setup, although I can't take credit for it. Somebody, I think it was actually on the Moss ranking community, where the speedrun challenge of this game posted a screenshot of the visual cue they were using, and that's what I've been doing there. Ooh. And okay, we're through. So backwards tunnel. Let's see if we get through here quickly. Ooh, we got stuck a little bit. Got through there quickly. This is not going to be 306. I'm sorry. Close though. Close. .309. I mean, 9's like an upside down 6. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna get it. Ooh. So, length 2 is actually one of the harder parts. There we go. If you don't get the, if you're not perfect, basically, with your movement, you get stuck. And there are lots of places you get stuck there. So, I would say if you're going for any percent, length 2 is where you're resetting constantly. Length 3, I think, is actually really hard to do optimally, but because it's so hard to do optimally, I usually don't reset much on length 3. Length 4, and I think this is pretty much a consensus within the community, is the most fun split to do. It's like the sword is the right length, the tricks are relatively easy to get, and like it just feels good. Like that ice cave skip is so satisfying once you learn it. Doing that in two little swings forwards, that feels great. The stab feels great. Like length 4, chef's kiss. Length 5, on the other hand, this is the worst sword. This sword is unwieldy. It is too heavy. Yeah, exactly. It is big enough, but not too big. Length 4. Okay. Let's see if I can get this in one try. Got it. And the ledge. Okay, got the ledge. And gotta stop swinging. Okay. Oop, got stuck up there. That was a good drop down. This could be it. You know, I'm gonna count that. That is 1. Okay. Let's see if we can get another. Yeah. So that could have even been lower. I actually, in that last run, screwed up on the first length. So I went for the safety strap there. See if we can lower it a little bit. And yeah, I've had real bad length 2s today. There. That's what a length 2 should more look like. Yeah, and this is the second to last lap of the game, so we're getting close. I hope you've had your fill of dragon. Yeah. Just sorry, concentrating a little bit because I want to get another 306. So I apologize. But if you are curious and want to get into speedrunning this game, I do have a guide on YouTube that will walk you through it. I think if you just search for Deepest Sword speedrunning guide, you should find it. And the caveat I'll put out there is a couple years old, so you know, some of the techniques may not be the most optimal anymore, but I think it's pretty good in terms of if you just want to get started. And then there is a Discord community as well for Deepest Sword, and you know, you can go there and ask questions about how to do specific tricks. and they will be happy to help. Okay, so, ooh, yes. So, getting the swings here, the way I'm doing it is not optimal, and was not optimal really at any point that I learned the game, but it is safer. So, those spots, I think... Sorry. There we go. Those spots, are where you want to do backwards hops because they save you a good amount of time, but the backwards hop with the length 5 sword is especially difficult. Oop. Backwards tunnel. Always getting stuck there. It's unfortunate. Okay, now we're on to the final lap. DJ, if there's anything you wanted to read before the run is over, now will be your last chance.
Nothing yet to read off, but I did want to say this was an amazing run, and thank you for running it.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me. I am glad to show this game off. This is... I think this is, like, a perfect game if you want to get into speedrunning. It's quick, it's accessible, it's free. I should have kind of led with that. This game costs $0, so, you know... Go get it on Steam, or I think it's also available on itch.io. Give it a try. I think there's a web version. You don't even have to download it. And, you know, the hardest part is getting the physics, getting through the awkward physics part, but once you have kind of like mastered just lightly tapping, then the game becomes a lot easier. And you would be surprised how quickly you can actually learn to do that. Now, there is a high skill cap on this game, though. And I think that's kind of why it's also a good speed game, because you can get good, you can get a fast time, and then to like go from 3:30 to below 3, that's quite a bit of work. And then like, oop, there we go. Hit the wrong key, unfortunately, so I was a little slow with the reset. Got stuck there. That's too bad. We're on pretty good time otherwise. Okay, so yeah, give the game a chance. Try it out, free. Okay, we're last bonk and drop. Okay, got it. First try. And okay, yep. And let's see if I can close this out. Oh, that's almost a sub 3. Ah. So close. Okay, that is time. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have been HOBT0R. I think I kind of said everything I wanted to say during my run. So I can throw it back to you, DJ.